today's English lesson. Hello, Miss Suchitra. How are you?
Miss Samadhi, are you all right? I mean, you're talking like a robot and I don't understand anything. Why?
I know. So, how about this way? Hello, children. Welcome to today's English lesson. And I'm glad to be here with my colleague, Miss Suchitra. So, how did that sound?
All right, Miss Samadhi, that actually sounds interesting and amazing. But I did not understand a thing that you said earlier because you were going on like a robot.
Exactly my point. The first time I was talking like a robot, you couldn't understand and you didn't get any meaning. Why though?
That's because you didn't have any rise or fall, ups and downs in your pitch, in your voice.
Exactly, children. When I talk like a robot, there are no ups or downs in my speech. But when I was talking to you for the second time, well, given the fact I'm happy to be talking with you again, I feel happy. So when I say welcome, children, you can feel that I'm happy as well. How did you feel that? By listening to these ups and downs of my voice. So, when it comes to English, it's not only about grammar and vocabulary, it's about how we say things rather than what we say. Okay, Miss Suchitra, shall we do a game?
Let's do.
Okay, so we take this sentence, what are you doing? And I'm going to say this sentence with different meanings. I want you to guess the meaning by listening to my voice.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay then, here we go. So the first I'm going to say it like this. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It sounds as if you are surprised.
Correct. I show that I'm surprised. How did you guess that? By listening to the ups and downs of my voice. What are you doing? Okay, how about this one?
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sounds annoyed. Are you annoyed with me?
Not with you, my friend. But when I say, what are you doing? The listener get the idea that I am annoyed, that I don't like something. How about this time? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Are you trying to say that's great or something?
Exactly. I'm trying to say that's great. So how did you understand these meanings again?
With your voice. Ups and downs of your voice.
You got that correct. You are an expert with understanding ups and downs, it seems. So children, there are many possibilities where you can say the same sentence with different meaning. And how do you do that? By using these ups and downs of your voice. So we'll move to the next slide. And as you can see, there is the sentence, she got a dog. She got a dog. So when I use my voice and if it is going up, she got a dog, she got a dog. At the end of my sentence, my voice going up. But I can say the same sentence in this way. She got a dog, she got a dog. This time, towards the end of my sentence, my voice is going down. So, this rising and falling of the voice in conversation is called intonation. It's called intonation patterns. Moving to the next slide. She got a dog. Miss Suchitra, what's the focused word here?
Right, the focused word there is dog. Dog.
Correct. So, if I focus on the word dog and say the sentence as a statement, my voice will be going down towards the end of the sentence. She got a dog. She got a dog. But I can say the same sentence. I can focus on dog with hint of surprise. Then my voice will be going up towards the end of the sentence. She got a dog. She got a dog. So, as you can see, these ups and the downs of your voice is called the intonation, and that makes your sentence meaning different to the listener. So, intonation, what does it do to a sentence? So, Miss Suchitra, intonation add meaning, emotions, expressions to our speech.
All right.
What do they do again?
Right. So, intonation, children, it helps us to understand the meaning, emotion and expression clearly.
You can understand whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad, whether I'm annoyed by listening to my voice and noticing the ups and downs of it. So, as you can see in the next slide, when it comes to English, there are several intonation patterns. We have the rising, going up. We have the falling, going down. We have rising, falling, going up and down. Then we have falling, rising, going down and up. Then we have the flat voice, no ups and downs. Then we have the high voice. Then we have the low voice. So when it comes to this flat, high, low, you can hear these words in songs. Okay, that song was sung in a high pitch, low pitch. So when it comes to song, which pitch do you like? The voice do you like?
The intonation pattern you mean?
Exactly.
Right. So, I do not like flat songs. They are ugly.
Okay,
High ones are irritating.
I see.
Low ones are not nice at all. So, I like rising and falling ones.
Wow, you picked the right way of the intonation patterns. So normally it will be rising and falling. Nice. So children, I know that you have your preference as well. And when does your voice rise and when does your voice fall? That's the question, and that's what we are gonna understand and learn today. So when it comes to statements, especially affirmative sentences, what does it mean by affirmative sentences, Ms.
Right.
Suchitra?
Yes, so the sentences where you have yes, the positive ones.
Correct, you get that correct. So when it comes to affirmative sentences, positive sentences, we use a falling tone to show the end of an affirmative sentence. As you can see the sentence given, when I pronounce, always notice that towards the end of the sentence, my voice will be going down. There's a fall. Okay, children. So when you take the sentence, I'm a teacher, the positive sentence, towards the end, my voice is not going up. You don't say, I'm a teacher. You say, I'm a teacher. So towards the end of the sentence, your voice is going down. So there's a falling intonation. The second one, it is raining outside. It is raining outside. Your voice is going down towards the end. And the third one, the same thing happens. Imalka and Lakshana are friends. Imalka and Lakshana are friends. You don't say Imalka and Lakshana are friends. It will be going down, are friends. So it is really important when you speak that you use these patterns properly. So the listener will understand the sentence or the meaning. They will get it quickly, and it will be easy to communicate with your colleagues and any other person.
Right, Miss Samadhi. So, what you mean is, in affirmative sentences, the voice, the pitch has to go down.
Exactly my point.
Right.
Good. Miss Suchitra, normally who's doing shopping at your home?
I do shopping.
Okay, so before you go on shopping, what do you normally do?
I write a list of things that I'm going to buy.
I see. So hopefully when our children, when their parents are going on shopping, they might be writing down a list. So list is a list of things or like different items gathered in a one sentence. So when it comes to lists, how do you say it properly? How about your voice in there? So when it comes to lists, you have this rising, rising, rising and falling intonation.
All right.
For example, Miss Suchitra,
Okay.
I went to the market and bought mangoes, bananas, oranges, and pepper. Let me say that again. I went to the market and bought mangoes, bananas, oranges, and pepper. The pepper goes down.
Right. Now I understand.
Okay. That's how we say a sentence which has list of items. Then we have negative sentences. Can you tell our children what does a negative sentence mean?
Negative means no.
Exactly.
I don't like crocodiles. Don't.
You don't like crocodiles. That's why I put a picture of a crocodile in there.
All right.
Okay, so in negative sentence, children, we use a falling tone at the end of the sentence too. So both affirmative and negative sentences, they have a falling intonation towards the end of the sentence. So you don't say, I don't like crocodiles. You normally say, I don't like crocodiles. Your voice is going down towards the end of the sentence. I don't like crocodiles. And the next one, she doesn't like to drink milk. She doesn't like to drink milk. And do you like COVID?
Hello.
Okay. We don't like COVID-19 virus. We don't like COVID-19 virus. Towards the end of the negative sentence also, our voice is going down.
All right, Miss Samadhi. So what you mean is in affirmative and negative sentences, your voice has to fall.
Correct. You got that correct. But how about imperatives? Okay, what are imperatives again, Mr. Chitra?
Right, children. So imperatives are orders, instructions that we give.
Yes, exactly. Can you give me some orders?
Oh yes. Do it. Shut up.
Okay.
Go away.
Okay, well done. So imperatives are orders. Now what happens when you give order? When you give an order, your voice, towards the end of your order, your voice will be having a falling action. We use a falling tone to show the end of an order. Do it. Shut up. Go away. You don't say, do it. Shut up. Go away. Your voice will be going down. Do it. Shut up and go away.
All right, Miss Samadhi. So it's the same thing. Affirmative, negative, and even in imperatives, you have your voice going down, falling.
Towards the end of the sentence, you got that correct. And when it comes to yes, no questions, okay, yes, no questions. Mr. Chitra, do you like to teach children?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I knew it. Do you like to work with rude people?
No, never.
Yes, same here. So, what are these yes, no questions?
Where you have the answer as yes or no.
Just like how Miss Suchitra answered me, yes or no. So, when it comes to yes or no question, children, we have a rising tone towards the end of the sentence. We have a rising tone, rising intonation. For example, are you coming? Are you coming? We don't say, are you coming? Your voice will be going up towards the end. Are you coming? So the same thing happens with is he good? Is he good? And the next one, can you help me? We don't say, can you help me? So the listener will be getting the idea that you really don't need a help. So if you want to make it sound okay, you have to use the correct intonation. So your voice should go up towards the end of your question. Can you help me? Then that person will help you. Can you help me, Miss Suchitra?
Can you help me?
Nicely done. And WH questions. We learned how to use our voice when it comes to yes no questions. There's a rise. And I wonder whether our children know what does it mean by WH questions.
All right, Miss Samadhi. So children, WH questions are the questions that have WH question words. Who, when, where, why.
Exactly, why. So when it comes to WH question, children, whenever you are using a WH question at the beginning of your question, your voice will be falling towards the end of your question. You never say, how was your weekend? It is not going up.
Okay.
It will be going down. How was your weekend? How was your weekend, Miss Suchitra?
Amazing.
Nice. And where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? We don't say where do you live. Our voice will be going down towards the end of the question. And the last one, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Our voice will be going down in this as well, given the fact it's a WH question.
All right, children. So in WH questions, as she mentioned now, the voice has to fall.
Exactly. Well done. So children, I hope that you do remember these different intonation patterns. So far, we discussed that in affirmative sentences and negative sentences, WH questions, we have a falling voice towards the end. But when it comes to yes/no questions, we have a rising voice. Okay. Tag questions. Let me see. You like pizza, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yep. I'm pretty sure our children love pizza too. And it's cold here, isn't it?
It is.
Yes. So the tag questions?
So that itself is a tag question.
Exactly.
Right? So children, tag questions are questions that turn or change the statement into a question. You understand, don't you?
Correct example. Nicely done. You understand her, don't you? So when it comes to tag questions, children, when it can happen in two different ways. For example, when we are expecting a confirmation. When we are expecting a confirmation. For example, I already know that Miss Suchitra loves pizza. But I want a confirmation. I want to know whether she 100% loves pizza. And I want to know whether what I know about her is true. Well, when it comes to that point, you have a falling intonation towards the end of your question. So, my question will sound like, you like pizza, don't you? You like pizza, don't you? Because I want your confirmation. Do you like pizza? Don't you?
Yes, I do.
As the same question, it is cold here, isn't it? It is cold here, isn't it? And in Sri Lanka, most of the time I have heard that rather than following the proper grammatical way of using tag questions, our children, not only children, sometimes adults too, they are familiar with using right at the end of a tag question.
Yeah, that's right. You like pizza, right?
Exactly. It's cold here, right? Children, you understand what we are saying, right? So rather than using the proper tag question structure, we can use right as well. Well, that is acceptable, but it's always better to use the correct grammatical pattern. That's right. So when it comes to confirming our tag question, our voice will be falling. But imagine I'm not certain about what I have inside my head. I'm doubting my knowledge. When that happens, when I'm asking a question with some doubt, my voice will be going up because I doubt what I know. So my question with some doubts where I'm not certain about the answer, it will sound like this. You are studying, aren't you? You are studying, aren't you? My voice will be going up towards the end of my question. So intonation is going up. And the next one as well. You don't lie to me, do you? You don't lie to me, do you? Because I'm not certain whether you are lying or not. Children, I hope you understand these different patterns of pronouncing, different patterns where your voice will be going up and down according to the question and the type of sentence. So, Miss Suchitra, do you like cats or dogs?
I love cats.
I knew it. Same here. I have a cat whose name is Tiny.
Okay.
So, do you like mango or banana?
I love mangoes.
Okay, but I love banana more. So, when it comes to choices, Miss Suchitra said she likes cats over dogs.
Yes.
So, when you are given option and you make a choice, we call them what, Miss Suchitra?
Choice questions.
Exactly. When it comes to choice question, you have an option, and here we can see this rising, then falling pattern of intonation. So, the first choice, you have to raise your voice, and the second choice, your voice will be going down.
Down.
So, do you prefer milk rice or hoppers? How do you say that? Do you prefer milk rice or hoppers? Do you prefer milk rice or hoppers? Look at the second one. Do you like cats or dogs? Do you like cats or dogs? So, when you use this correct way of intonation, whoever listens to you, they will understand whatever you say clearly and properly. And it will make you speak fluently as well. And the last question, the choice question. Does she like avocado or strawberries? So, does she like avocado or strawberries? So, you have the rising and the fall in action when it comes to choice questions.
All right, Miss Samadhi. Now I understand. So when you take a choice question, children, you have both rising of your voice and also the falling of your voice.
Correct. You got that correct. I hope our children have got the same clear idea about how to use these different intonation patterns. Now, shall we do an exercise with our children together?
All right, we are going to help you as well, children.
So, given the fact this where they have to practice their pronunciation, we'll do it together, children. So, you have to guess whether the following sentences are said with a rising intonation or a falling intonation. You have to guess whether these sentences that you can see on the screen are said with a rising intonation or a falling intonation. Okay, Miss Suchitra, how do you say the first sentence without any intonations?
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Exactly. But when you ask the question, as it is a WH question, your voice will be going down towards the end of the question. So, you should say, where are you from? Where are you from? Your voice will be going down towards the question. Well done. How about the second one?
Without intonation?
Yes, please.
Do you like singing? Do you like singing?
Nice. So, when it comes to yes-no questions, what happens? When it comes to yes-no questions, our intonation, our voice will be rising towards the end. So, we ask the question in this way. Do you like singing? Do you like singing? And the third one. Do you know who the llama is?
Yes, of course. You can see a picture.
Exactly, there's a cute llama on the screen. So, when you like llamas, you can say the sentence as, I love llamas. As it is a positive sentence, your voice will be going down towards the end of the sentence. I love llamas. How about the next question, Miss Suchitra?
Without intonation. Do you prefer reading or watching TV? Do you prefer reading or watching TV?
Good job done. So, when you say this question, obviously it's a choice question where you have given two choices. What are the two choices again?
Rise and fall of your voice.
Yes. When it comes to reading, you have this rising effect. When it comes to watching TV, your voice will be going down because it's a choice question. So, do you prefer reading or watching TV? Do you prefer reading or watching TV? And the last sentence. Okay, so if you say the last sentence without any intonation patterns, it will go as, I don't like liars. I don't like liars. But if you add the correct intonation patterns, given it's a negative statement, what happens, children?
The voice has to go down.
Exactly. I know that our children got that answer correct. Our voice should be going down towards the end. So, I don't like liars. I don't like liars. So, that's how the intonation changes according to the type of the sentence. I hope that you got that into your head properly.
Definitely, children. This lesson is really interesting.
Yes, it is. So, what do you say? Shall we do another game?
Let's do.
Okay, this time it's gonna be an act.
Act?
Who's gonna act though?
You're gonna act.
Again. Okay then. So we have this sentence on the screen, as you can see, children. How are you? It's a question, how are you? But this time we are going to say the same set of words with different meanings. First time, what can be the meaning? What do you want me to do first time? How do you want me to say that?
All right, now you have to say this question, how are you, to someone you haven't seen for 20 years.
So, okay, to someone I haven't seen for 20 years, that's a long time if you ask me. So, if I see a person after 20 years, I would say it as, how are you? How are you? Did I get that correct?
That is right.
Okay.
Sounded as if you're surprised or something.
I am. What's next?
Right? So, now go and say, how are you, to someone who has recently lost a member of the family.
Recently lost a member of the family. That person must be feeling sad, down in the dumps. Okay, so I should say that with a negative meaning, I guess?
Yes.
So, how are you? How are you? I have a falling voice at the end of my question. How are you?
That's right. That's how you say that. To someone who is in hospital. To someone who is in hospital.
To someone who is in hospital, well, then I have to say how are you as a question, as a WH question. So in WH question also, my voice should be going down. So,
yes.
How are you? How are you?
All right, my last one. Children, hope you're joining the game as well.
Yes.
So, let's say this. Go and say, how are you, to a colleague at the beginning of the day. Now, this has to be a positive one, children. Beginning of the day.
Give it a try.
You try it.
Okay then. How are you? How are you? Because at the beginning of the day, I'm happy and I'm so energetic.
Okay.
So my sentence, my question should sound energetic.
Yes.
So, when it comes to English, we don't follow these intonation patterns, like not almost all the time, but it is really important we know how to sound properly at a specific point. So when it comes to statements, when it comes to questions, when it comes to lists, we should know how we should sound. So our listener will understand whatever we say properly and we can express ourselves clearly as well. So did I make myself clear to you?
Very clear, Miss Samadhi. Hope children are also very clear about this lesson.
I'm sure they do. So children, today we learn. What did we learn again?
Intonation.
Exactly, the pattern of rises and falls in voice. Rises and falls in voice. So it can go up, it can go down. And how to use it to indicate the feelings of the speaker. How to use it to show the feelings of the speaker. And yes, correct intonation avoids misunderstanding. Because the way I sound, the listener might get the wrong idea if I don't pronounce it properly. So remember how these different intonation patterns, it will definitely help you with your speaking abilities and in your speech.
All right, children. So we hope and believe that this intonation, this interesting lesson is very clear today. And join the lesson on Guru Gedara. Watch these programs on Guru Gedara Rupavahini, and also when you want to watch it again with your relatives and parents, with friends, please follow the YouTube channel, that is Channel NIE.
Yes, and with that, we are marking the end of our lesson today. Thank you for joining me, Miss Suchitra. Until next time, children, stay safe at home.